The Dancing Kettle. There once was an old temple at the foot of a mountain where the monk Bunbuku lived. A badger used to come to play at the temple.
Good boy, good boy.
The monk used to give the badger food and took good care of him. But for some reason, the badger stopped coming to the temple. Perhaps he has moved away.
This is sad indeed. Don't worry, he'll be back someday.
Young trainee monks tried to cheer the sad monk.
Do you really think so? Yes, let's believe that is true.
One day, the monk decided to go into town. After taking care of his business, the monk went to a hardware store and found a beautiful tea kettle.
This is a fine tea kettle.
The monk took the tea kettle in his hand.
Please, buy me. Buy me, please. Huh? Where did that voice come from?
The monk thought it strange, but decided to buy the tea kettle.
This is a good buy indeed.
The monk returned to the temple, excited about the tea kettle he had bought.
The master has bought a wonderful tea kettle. I'd like to see that.
The trainee monks who were interested in the tea kettle peeked in the monk's room. The monk was napping in front of the tea kettle.
So that's the tea kettle we've heard so much about. Huh?
The tea kettle is moving about. The trainee monks rubbed their eyes in disbelief. And then, slither! A tail appeared from the tea kettle.
Ah! It's a monster!
The monk was surprised by the voice of the trainee monks and awoke.
Huh? What's going on? What are you shouting about? The tea kettle has a tail. Huh? There's nothing wrong with the tea kettle.
The tea kettle had returned to its original shape.
You don't train enough, and that's why you see things that are untrue.
The young trainee monks drooped their shoulders and left the room when the monk scolded them.
I'm fully awake now. Perhaps I'll have some tea.
The monk placed water in the tea kettle. He placed the tea kettle on the fire to make hot water.
Ow! Ouch!
The tea kettle jumped while on the mini stove. A head developed and a tail came out, and hands grew from the tea kettle.
Tea kettle monster! What is the matter, master?
The young trainee monks came running to his room. When the monk who had fallen over in fear looked at the tea kettle, it had again returned to its original shape.
Nothing. I just imagined something. But this is strange.
The monk was puzzled about what was happening.
Buying, buying, buying used goods.
A used goods dealer voice could be heard. The monk picked up the tea kettle on an impulse.
I'll have the dealer take this tea kettle.
And so the monk sold the tea kettle to the dealer.
To think, I was able to buy a wonderful tea kettle like this.
The used goods dealer was very happy with his buy. It was such a wonderful tea kettle. The dealer did not want to sell it. And so he decided to treasure it rather than sell it, saying,
I'm poor, but surely keeping this is not a bad thing.
Night fell, and the used goods dealer went to bed.
Dealer, please, wake up. Huh? Who is this? So late at night. Huh?
The used goods dealer got out of bed in one motion. The tea kettle, with the head and tail of a badger, is talking to him.
There's nothing to be scared of. I am a badger that used to live at the foot of the mountain. A badger? Yes, the monk used to take good care of me. He would give me food, and I went into town trying to find some way to repay him. But on my way into town, I was almost caught by some bad people and turned myself into a tea kettle to escape.
According to the badger, he was caught as a tea kettle and sold to a hardware dealer.
And then the monk came and bought me. But if I look like a tea kettle, I'm given only water.
Just then, the tea kettle badger's stomach growled from hunger.
Please, let me stay here. I'm so very hungry. All right, you can stay here, but I'm very poor, and I don't know whether I can feed you. Please leave that up to me.
The tea kettle badger patted his stomach.
I'll do some tricks. Wonderful tricks by a funny tea kettle. Pat, pat, pat. That's a good idea.
In the morning, the used goods dealer and the tea kettle badger worked together to make a stage in front of the house.
Everyone, come and see this world wonder. It's a tea kettle that does tricks.
The used goods dealer shouted to get the crowds to gather. On the stage, the tea kettle badger walked a tightrope. The audience was very excited about the acrobatics of the tea kettle badger. I've never seen acrobatics so interesting. By word of mouth, the theater was crowded every day. The used goods dealer and tea kettle badger became rich in no time.
Tea kettle, this is all because of you. You can return to being a badger and use this money the way you like.
The tea kettle badger answered with a troubled face.
But I've been a tea kettle for such a long time. I don't remember how to return to being a badger.
Oh, that's horrible! The used goods dealer thought long and hard and came up with a wonderful idea. The used goods dealer took the tea kettle badger to the monk. He explained all that had happened.
You mean to say that this tea kettle is that badger that used to come?
The used goods dealer produced money.
Please allow the tea kettle to remain in this temple. And with this money, please make offerings to it in place of food. Of course, I'll do that. To think, you are that badger. I'm so sorry I didn't realize this sooner. Master!
The monk gently held the tea kettle badger in his arms. The tea kettle was given a place of honor, and offerings were made to it every day. The tea kettle badger was treasured for many years. The end.